What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to Danganronpa. Now, as you saw in the last video, we lost another ultimate student. The ultimate fan fiction writer. We lost Hifumi. Everything was covered in red. And in the center of all this red was Hifumi? It looks like something very bad has happened. I certainly was not expecting this. I did not imagine that Hifumi would be murdered. Murdered? You're not serious, are you? He's not really dead, is he? What do you think, Aoi? Oh no, we reporting the body, just like in Among Us. Well, who would kill him, though? I know the prime suspect. The prime suspect has to be Taka, but it's probably not going to be him. What the? That was the body discovery announcement. The body discovery announcement. When 3 or more people discover a body after a murder, that's what plays. And since we just heard it, that means it must mean Hifumi, someone killed him. One of us. One of us? And look at that. When Celeste said that, she pointed to something. Something on the floor. Something that had also been on the floor after the last 2 surprise attacks. Yes, I'm about to say, why won't my mouse move? The hammer. Another hammer. Justice Hammer 3. And it's even bigger than the other 2. Just as I suspected, 1 strike from that, and you're finished. Then the killer, there can be no doubt, the suspicious individual, going by what Hifumi called him, the culprit must be Robo Justice. Whoever's hiding in that costume is the one that killed Hifumi. But wait, you saw him on the 3rd floor, right? Running back into the hall. So how did he end up in the nurse's office? You're not saying they, like, teleported or something, right? We can figure that part out later. Right now, we have to tell the others. You're right. Then, shall we go? Aoi is just... Hina, snap out of it. Huh? Are you okay, Hina? Sorry, I'm not sure I can move right now. I'm feeling kind of... This is the problem. We can't just leave Hina here alone. Okay, then I'll go get everyone. You stay here with Hina. Very well. I'll leave it to you then. Okay, I'll be back soon. I tried to sound confident and upbeat, but I still hadn't stopped trembling from what I'd just been through. Everyone else is already on the 3rd floor. I have to hurry. This is where everyone was chasing after the suspicious individual. Where was he headed? Celeste, what's wrong? That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, the strange costumed man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared. He ran off going further down the hallway. Way into the back of the hallway. Has to be the art room. Nobody's here? What? Then where could he have gone? Oh, I forgot the lab was even further than the art room. The laboratory. No one's here either? As far as I can tell, there's nobody here. But still, I feel some kind of presence. Yeah, I'm sure I can feel someone's presence. This presence. Is it coming from over there in the back? I leapt through the doorway, and when I did, I found another nightmare. The second nightmare of the day was waiting there to greet me. Taka! There, in a pool of his own blood, was Taka. Dead. Yo, they getting rid of him. Hold on. Who was there when Monokuma? Everybody was there actually. When Monokuma said the maximum number of people you can kill is 2. Yo, but what happened though? Because Sakura, you had Sakura, Byakuya, and who else? Kyoko Kirigiri, all ran after this dude. So what happened to them?
Danganronpa.
Yo, this story is picking up right now. Ifumi's body discovered in the nurse's office. Taka's body discovered in the equipment room. I was witness to 2 nightmares, one right after the other, one right after another. No, they weren't nightmares. This is harsh reality. The true nightmare is this reality. The reality I have to face every day. But still, why is this happening? Wait, who is that? Toko? Don't tell me. Toko too? Relax. She just passed out when she saw the blood. The blood? Oh, that's right. When Toko is Toko, she has fear of blood. Huh. We've tried everything to get her to wake up, but no luck. Just leave her be for now. It's like he said, I should just leave her alone for now. Sakura, what happened? You have nothing to say? Another hammer. Now it's Justice Hammer 4, and it's even bigger than the before. Is that suspicious individual responsible for killing Taka too? But why is it Justice Hammer 4? Huh? What do you mean? Celeste was attacked with Justice Hammer 1. Then Hifumi was hit with Justice Hammer 2. But this time it was Justice Hammer 4. What happened to what happened to number 3?
Nanda.
What's the matter? Well, when you mentioned Justice Hammer 3, you just reminded me.
Nanda.
Out with it. Do you know something? Actually, Taka's not the only one that's been killed. Hifumi's dead too. What? Hifumi's been killed? Yeah. Which is why you came to get us. Then we better go check it out. Of course. Come on. So Sakura, Byakuya, and I rushed out of the physics lab. But as soon as we were out of the physics lab, Celeste, are you supposed to be waiting in the nurse's office? Something has come up. Yeah, I heard. Hifumi is dead, right? Well, that's not all. It is gone. Huh? What's gone? It has disappeared. Disappeared? Hifumi's body has disappeared. What? What are you talking about? It's disappeared? Don't be ridiculous. Are you serious? What in the world is happening here? Everyone, back to the nurse's office. I practically leapt down the stairs, nearly losing my balance. I reached the nurse's office completely out of breath. I couldn't believe my eyes. Hifumi's body was there just a few minutes earlier. It just disappeared? Now you know good and stinking well that body didn't just disappear, bro. Celeste and Hina had something to do with this. Me and Celeste went to the bathroom, but we were only gone for like a minute. And then when we got back, this must be the work of the culprit. They must have come and carried the body away. They must really be enjoying the sight of us standing around frightened and confused. We're all going to die here. We're all going to die just like those guys died. I don't believe this. I don't believe a body would just disappear. First there were 2 murders and now one of the bodies has been taken. This is unnatural. Hold on, what do you mean 2 murders? Taka's been killed. We found him in the equipment room. It can't be. Taka too? It can't be. It can't be. Hina, calm down. We're all gonna die. All of us. They're gonna kill all of us. Then who might the next target be? Toko? Huh? I completely forgot. She's still unconscious in the equipment room. You left her at the scene of the crime? We didn't have a choice. She passed out and she refused to wake up.
Huh?
So she's still unconscious? Wait, so you knew she was still up there and said nothing? Why? That annoying little insect that clings to me wherever I go. We'd be better off without her. You idiot! Calm down. You forgot about her, didn't you? You have no right to blame me. Everyone stop fighting. Right now we need to hurry back. I can't take this anymore. I don't want anyone else to die. Byakuya, if something's happened to Toko, I'll never forgive you. We shot out of the nurse's office and bolted up the stairs, heading back to the 3rd floor. We ran back to the equipment room at full speed. And when we got there, Toko. No! Thank God you're okay. Yeah, but Taka's gone. But right away I noticed there was something very different here. And there's drag marks. It was gone. Taka's body, which should have been right there, has disappeared. This can't be happening. Are we hallucinating all this or something? No, it's not a hallucination. I know I saw it before, and what I'm seeing now isn't what I saw before. What are you saying? Taka disappeared too? Stop saying disappeared. It didn't just vanish into thin air. Obviously, whoever did this has hidden the body. But why would they do that? Yo, where's Kyoko? I couldn't possibly begin to imagine. Anyway, our costume suspect is clearly continuing his crime spree. We gotta hurry up and catch him before he kills all of us. Oh, I don't think you have to worry about that. Huh? Think about it. Who could possibly be responsible for killing and hiding these dead bodies? When Hifumi's death cry went up, everyone here was together on the 3rd floor. After that, we split up into 2 groups. And now this time, you all came here as a group from the nurse's office. In other words, the only ones who could have done this are Hiro and Kyoko. Why do I keep forgetting about Hiro? Who are still missing. Hold on a second. Kyoko has an alibi for Celeste and Hifumi when Celeste and Hifumi were attacked. There's no question that she was in the dining hall with us. You seem very adamant about defending her. Perhaps you are in love? That's not it at all. Well, anyways, yes, I do accept Kyoko's alibi. Which means the suspicious individual we're looking for can be none other than Hiro. Which further means there will be no more murders. No more murders. The regulations are very clear about that. Oh, that's right. There's a rule that says you can only kill a maximum of 2 people.
So,
as long as that rule is in place, there will not be a 3rd murder. If they were to break that rule, I'd mince ya without a second thought. Mince ya, grind ya, turn ya into paste. By the way, did you know that fish paste can also refer to shellfish, like shrimp or crabs? Indeed. So, since 2 people have been killed, there's no possibility of any more. You knew that from the beginning, didn't you, Byakuya? Which means you knew Toka was never in danger. I still meant it when I said we'd be better off without her, though. Anyway, with that in mind, we can now relax and search for the 2 missing bodies. The 2 missing bodies. 2 people have been killed and their bodies have been hidden. The only one without an alibi, the only one who could have done it is Hiro. But is he really the killer? And what about Kyoko? If she's not involved in this case, where did she go?
Nanda.
Hey Makoto, what's the matter? Huh? Oh, nothing. Oh no, it's nothing. Whatever. We need to find those bodies or our little narrative here can't move forward. Very well. Then let us split up and begin searching. But there's no need to be afraid. No more murders will take place during this case. I know that. I mean, I think I do, but if you're still nervous, I'll come with you. Okay. Thank you. No need to thank me. Then let's get moving. Yell out if you find anything. Byakuya left the equipment room, followed by others. I have to try to find the 2 missing bodies. What? I don't think Kyoko would be able to move Hifumi like that. But it doesn't make any sense for anyone to work together, though. Where would they move the bodies to? They can't go downstairs. Maybe they moved them into here? Where could 2 dead bodies have disappeared to? We need to search for the bodies that have disappeared. What happens after that? Huh? The door must be locked. Well, then one of the bodies gotta be in there. locker, there's nothing in there. Alright. I guess I had an out. So I can't get into this room here. I guess I'll check the rec room. Maybe in here? It's a locker. It doesn't seem especially important right now, so I don't need to open it. Why wouldn't you need to open that locker? A body could be in there. I guess. I mean, I could check the other classrooms, but I don't see a point. Yeah, there's nothing in here. Makoto! Why are you just standing there? We need to get to the repository. Huh? You mean I found them? Hifumi and Taka's bodies have both been hidden in the repository. I've already told Hina and Sakura. We'll go on ahead. The bodies were in the repository? Wait, where I just got through looking? I can only think of one thing right now, and that's that that machine is probably not a humidifier. I need to hurry up to the repository. Is this not the repository? This is the physics lab. And where's the repository at? The repository. Are the bodies here somewhere? I have to wonder where they could have been hidden. The doorknob turned. I guess it's unlocked. Then I have no choice but to go inside. So I opened the door, and when I entered, I saw the two bodies that disappeared were right there. The smell of blood made me gag. What I saw before my eyes was unquestionable, unavoidable, unwavering reality. And then I heard the announcement for a second time. So here we are. Without further ado, let me give you the next Monokuma file. I was going to hand them out when you found the body the first time, but I thought something might happen. It was really hard to resist, but turns out I was right. Just hand it over already. Now, make sure to investigate with all your mental might and prepare for the class trial. Okay, see you later. Well then, now that we've found the bodies, all that's left is to uncover the culprit. Hold on. How can you be so calm? I mean, they're dead, you know? Dead! Gone forever. They're never coming back. Awful. This is just too awful. Hina suddenly burst into tears. She clutched at Ifumi's lifeless body. Who would do this? Why? Why? Large wet tears fell from her eyes. The tears landed in Hifumi's cheeks. If this were some world of make-believe, that might have been when Hifumi opened his eyes. But this wasn't a movie. This wasn't.
蘇生した。
ここどこ
Wait a minute. So then the true body that was discovered was Taka's?
Some 寒いよ。雪国？
山田、しっかりして。
え？ああ、そうか。思い出した。希望が峰学園。
しっかりして。頑張ってよ。
思い出したよ。僕はみんなと出会う前からみんなと出会ってたんだね。
His memories are all blending together. He has nothing useful to offer us.
はあ、光だ。光が広がっていく。まるで彗星のように。
山田、誰にやられたの？誰があんたを襲ったの？犯人は誰なの？
犯人？犯人の名前、僕は知ってる。いや、家康。
His eyes closed, and they never opened again. Death for the second time. Absolute, undeniable death. No matter how many more of Hina's tears splashed in his face, there was no second miracle. Reality set in again. This isn't some stereotypical fantasy world. Tears can't restore a person's vitality. You have no tears, do you? No blood in your veins, no calcium in your bones. At least you have your meat. You're just angry. Going out of his way to return, just to leave us with those unnecessary dying words. Now this game has become exceedingly boring. He said Yasuhiro, right? Yasuhiro Hagakure. That is the only person he could have been referring to. And with that, the case is solved. Assaulting people and even killing Taka and Hifumi, and then going so far as to hide their bodies? A criminal that hides his face behind a mask and uses a bunch of giant wooden hammers. Is that what Hiro is? If that's true, I can't forgive him. No way I can ever forgive him. To kill two of our friends? Anyway, it's about time we track down the culprit in our little life or death game here. Although this time it's not all that life or death. The trial will conclude without much trouble. Yes, it does look that way. It's going to begin again. We have to go through this one more time. I have to accept it. I have no choice but to go through this to make sure everyone survives. I just have to do it. First, I better check the Monokuma file. The victims were Hifumi Yamada and Kiyotaka Maru. Cause of death was a blow to the head. It is thought that they were both killed with a similar weapon. That's it? Yeah, it's pretty strange. We got way less information this time than before. That is no problem. After all, the events of this case unfolded before our very eyes. We should know more about what happened in the Monokuma file could anyway. Maybe. there's something else that's bothering me. Someone else has been missing for quite a while. You talking about Kyoko?
もし
Without a doubt, she has an alibi for when Celeste and Hifumi were attacked. But what if the killer wasn't acting alone? What if they had an accomplice? An accomplice? An accomplice? What are you doing here? Don't be rude. I'm here to answer your question. What question? You're talking about accomplices, right? I'm pretty sure I explained it before, didn't I? During the first class trial.
ついでにそこのぬいぐるみに聞いておきたいんだが、共犯者が存在した場合はそいつも黒になるのか？
では答えましょう。殺人の際、共犯者を味方につけることは可能ですが、卒業できるのは
つまりいくら殺人を手伝ったところで共犯者は得しないのね。
じゃあ共犯者ってのはなさそうだな。
So basically, you can be an accomplice if you want, but there's no gratification in it.
なら
So you saying nobody worked together this time either? Sorry, can't answer that. I would obstruct the free exchange of information between you guys, or it would. I just want to make sure you don't forget, no matter how much you might assist in a murder. Only one blackened can graduate. An accomplice gets nothing.
つまり
Then we only need to figure out who that one blackened is that did the killing, right? Just like normal. Okay, let me take this opportunity to clarify the whole shebang. In this class trial, what you need to determine is the one true blackened who devised the murder plot and put it into action. The true blackened? So just one person. That's enough for explainifying. Now it's down to the final battle between all of you and the blackened. Good luck to all the contestants. So there can only be one blackened. An accomplice wouldn't benefit. Then I can't see any way Kyoko would be connected to this case after all. You may be right. If that's true, then Kyoko, where are you? As long as she's not connected to the case, it doesn't matter. Let's get back to the investigation. I have absolutely no doubt that Hiro is responsible. For the time being, I suppose it can't hurt to pursue further information. You know, don't you think we should consider a certain someone a suspect just in case? I'm talking about the murderous fiend, Genocide Jack. What? I'm offended. Yeah? When did you... I've been looking all over for you, Master. When I woke up, you were nowhere to be found. Anyway, you there, milk sack swimmer girl. Milk sack? Why do I gotta be a suspect? Well, I mean, you are a serial killer. So what? I'm a special guest suspect every time. I have an alibi, you know. She's right about that. When we heard Hifumi scream, she was with me. And when the bodies disappeared, she was still lying unconscious in the equipment room. Plus, Taka's body aside, I can't imagine any way she would have been able to move Hifumi's body. Besides, I calculate every move I make. I'm not gonna kill someone when everyone knows what I look like. They don't call me the murderous fiend for nothing. That's not the kind of thing you should be bragging about. On another topic, should we post a guard by the bodies like before? We can't have them disappearing again. Hina and I can handle that. You don't mind, do you, Hina? Sure. I'd totally be useless on the investigation anyway. And that's that. Let's begin. The whole thing is so strange. All but one of us has an alibi, so figuring out who did it should be obvious, right? But maybe it's just me, but I don't think it's going to be as straightforward as it seems. Alright. So I noticed some hammers are missing from here. There are hammers of different sizing on the wall. Some of them are mallets. Mallets? Because the justice hammers have been designed using these as a model. Either way, all the hammers have obviously seen a lot of use. They're all covered in debris and chalky stone powder. Wait, for some reason, this one hammer isn't dirty at all, and it's wet. Did someone wash it recently? A spotless hammer. Why is Taka... He'll never move again. According to the Monokuma file, Taka died from a blow to the head. We found Justice Hammer 4 near his body in the equipment room. Is that what was used to kill him? And there's a tarp laid out under his body. Did the killer use this to move Taka's body? That way there wouldn't be any blood left behind while the body was moved. A blue tarp. Yeah, but why is Taka's feet black? Ifumi's big, cold body is laying on the floor. His really big body. I mean, how on earth was the killer able to move someone so big? From the nurse's office where he was discovered to hear the repository. All the way from the first floor to the third floor, and all without anyone noticing at all? How in the world? It's no good. I just don't get it. I can think about it later. For now, I have to finish investigating Hifumi himself. If I remember correctly, Hifumi's fatal injury was a blow to the head, probably from Justice Hammer 3, which was lying on the floor in the nurse's office. Huh? Wait. Something's off about his body. Why am I getting this feeling? Something's different. Something about Hifumi's body in the nurse's office versus this body right now. That's it. His glasses. When his body was in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. But now, they're completely clean. Does this mean someone wiped his glasses off? Maybe there was a fingerprint on the glasses or something, I don't know. But who would do that and why? That's how they got his body in here. That's how they got his body in here. I think I figured that part out anyway. They used this thing right here. Yo, I am not clicking on that. That's so. Why is it going to this instead of that golf cart? There are many aspects to the incident this time. Too many, to be honest. Considering that, it may be a good look back on everything that's happened. Would you like to help? Yeah, let's go back to on things. This morning, only 4 of us met in the dining hall. Hina, Kyoko, you, and myself. We waited for the others, but nobody showed up, so we decided to go look for them. It was around 8 o'clock when we began our search. As soon after we split up, Kyoko disappeared. After that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room on the 3rd floor, then quickly came and got you and me. According to Celeste, she was attacked by a suspicious individual and lay unconscious for about an hour. In other words, she was attacked an hour before we found her, meaning just after 7 o'clock. Based on the picture Celeste took, we discovered her attacker was dressed in a strange costume. It was Robo Justice. It also became clear that this Robo Justice had dragged Hifumi away. After meeting up with Toko and Byakuya, we began searching for the costumed assailant. We found an injured Hifumi in the library on the 2nd floor. We took him down to the nurse's office on the 1st floor and then we resumed our search. Not long after leaving the nurse's office... What's wrong? I saw the shadow, something moving top. Celeste is the only one that saw the culprit. Based on Celeste's claims, we went back up to the 2nd floor where we split up and began searching. Then right after that, Celeste screamed. This time she had apparently seen the suspect on the 3rd floor. Hearing her screams, we quickly made our way to the 3rd floor. Celeste was wrong. That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, the strange costumed man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared. And then... Huh? What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been Hifumi's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back. At that point, we decided to split up into 2 groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office. Meanwhile, you, Byakuya, and Toko pursued the suspect on the 3rd floor. And when we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi's corpse, which is also when we heard the body discovery announcement play. I left Celeste and Hina alone and headed back to the 3rd floor to tell the others what had happened. But at the same time, we had discovered Taka's body in the equipment room, which means Hifumi and Taka's bodies were discovered right around the same time. Because I remember hearing the body discovery announcement play right after finding Taka. And that's when I showed up and told you, Byakuya, that Hifumi had been killed, right? Then you, me, and Byakuya all headed back to the nurse's office, leaving behind Toko, who had fainted. But as soon as we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who had just arrived to tell us something very unusual. Fumi's body disappeared. We hurried back to the nurse's office to discover that his corpse was in fact gone. Then we remembered we had to abandon the unconscious Toko and rushed back to the equipment room. This can't be happening. Are we hallucinating all this or something? This time, Taka's body had disappeared. So from there, we began our search for both the missing bodies. And after some time, Celeste told us we found the bodies, and we all headed back to the repository. And there we discovered the 2 bodies that had apparently vanished. And that brings us up to now. Looking back, things have certainly been very active. If you want to look back at the case again, just let me know. What I want to do is look at this. Okay, I am not near his body. Thank you. It's a dolly. It doesn't have a handle. I saw this in the art room before. I guess it's used to move statues around. It's kind of awkward, but if you bend down, it's not too hard to use. Huh? But wait. Wasn't this in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? And look at the wheel. That's the roller marks. There's a blood stain on it, so there's blood on the wheel of the dolly that was moved from the equipment room to the repository. What's the explanation for that? That's what I've been trying to click on the whole time, stupid game. Alright. We've done... I guess her account is left. Hey, Makoto, I've been thinking about something. It's about the repository. Huh? What is it? After Hifumi and Taka's bodies disappeared, we split up and look around, right? I was really scared, so me and Sakura stuck together. And we came right to the repository to, look around. But when we got here, the repository was locked. We couldn't get inside. It was locked. And when we came here, as soon as the search started, so there's no way someone could have beat us here. So if that's true, then who locked it? And why is it unlocked now? I wonder the same thing. The door was locked when the search for the bodies began, but now it's wide open. There might be some secret lurking in there. But I'll probably have to leave this area to figure it out. Byakuya, do you think Hira really did it? I don't see how anyone could think otherwise. When the attacks and murders and disappearances all happened, every one of us had an alibi. And the last thing Ifumi said when he died, yeah, he said Hiro's name. But there's no room to suspect anyone else. Okay, but if he did do it, why would he hide his identity with that weird costume? Maybe he thought that no matter what happened, he'd be safe as long as his face was covered. Because he's the fool of the century, you see? I mean, he is kind of dumb. But you really think that's enough to explain it? I feel like there's a clue hiding in there somewhere. And is that it? That's all that bothers you about this case? Well, no, there are a few other things. Like, why did the killer try to hide the bodies? He probably figured that if we couldn't find the bodies, we couldn't complete our investigation. But if that's the case, we found the bodies pretty easily, didn't we? Again, it comes back to the fact that the culprit was a moron. Is that really all there is to it? The other thing that bothers me is, why'd they bother killing 2 people? What? Because all the rule says is if you can kill someone and get away with it, you graduate, right? So if you're the killer, your number 1 priority is not getting caught. But killing 2 people means more clues, more chances you'll get found out. Hold on. Perhaps I see. So that's what that means. Is everything okay? Don't talk to me as if we're friends. Huh? What's with that attitude? But you have my appreciation. Thanks to you, I might have some fun with this after all. His mysterious words hung in the air as he left the repository. He talked as if he'd figured something out. But if he did, would it have killed him to tell what it was? Well, I guess there's nothing else in this room. There's definitely a lock in the door, but it can only be locked from the inside, the repository. I don't see any way to lock it from the art room. The door can only be locked from the inside of the repository, which makes me wonder. Hina and Sakura confirmed that the door was locked after we started looking for the missing bodies, and the door is designed so that it can only be locked from the inside of the repository. In other words, Mahina checked if someone had already gone in the repository and locked the door. When they were done, they unlocked it and left, which is why it's unlocked now. But Hina claims that there's no way someone could have beaten them to the repository. So that certain someone... there's gotta be a clue around here somewhere. Maybe I should check somewhere else. There's some places I already know about. First, the nurse's office where Hifumi was found, then the equipment room. Yeah. So someone went in there first and locked the door. Wait a minute, there were 3 things right here last time, right? This tarp. I feel like I'd seen it somewhere before, and just recently too. I was sleeping right here when the killer carried the body away. I'm super ticked I missed such an ultimately rare event. This hammer 4, weapon he's talking about is moved, but the number of weapon was just left. There's some kind of tire mark going through the pool of blood in the middle of the room. That reminds me about the dolly in the repository. There was blood on its tire. Could that blood have come from here? This could mean that Taka's body was moved from the equipment room to the repository using the dolly. Both rooms are on the 3rd floor, so that should definitely have been possible. Okay. But even if the dolly was moved to Taka's body, what about Hifumi? Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office on the 1st floor. Even with a dolly, there's no way to get it up to the 3rd floor. That's still a total mystery. I mean, if only we had access to those cameras. Maybe it was using this machine right here. This machine, could it really be just an air purifier? That just seems silly. Wait a second, isn't there an elevator? Well, there is an elevator on the 1st floor, but I don't know about the 2nd floor. What are you investigating, Celeste? I'm not investigating anything, precisely speaking. I'm simply going around seeing if Hiro might be hiding somewhere. What about you? Oh, you know, I'm just checking this and that. The main thing on my mind is how someone could have moved Hifumi's body. How Hifumi was moved, eh? When it disappeared, you were supposed to be in the nurse's office, right? Correct. Nina was not feeling well, so I stayed behind to look after her. But she seemed to be getting worse, so I took her to the bathroom. And when you got back, the body was gone. We could not have gone for, we've not even gone for more than a minute or two, though. Yeah, Hina said the same thing. So then the killer was able to get in and move Hifumi's body in that short amount of time. It would seem so. To carry off someone as big as Hifumi in only a couple of minutes is, I can't think of anything less than impossible. That means somebody's probably lying. The trash can, huh? Wait, there's something inside. It's too small to be a handkerchief. It's a glasses cleaning cloth. And it's got some kind of cartoon character on it. But it's also covered in blood. Did you find something? Yeah, there was a cleaning cloth in a trash can.
Huh?
Cleaning cloth? And it's all bloody. Whoever this belonged to must have used it to wipe up some blood. But who would need to do something like that? I haven't the slightest idea. Yeah, me either. But I think it might be important. Just hammer 3. Someone move the body. Refrigerator. I wonder if there's anything to drink inside. After everything we've been through, I'm totally parched. Maybe just a quick peek. There's a bunch of blood packs in here. 4 blood transfusions, for blood transfusions, I guess. Doesn't help me though. I'm not a vampire. This camera doesn't matter right now. When it disappeared, you were supposed to be in the nurse's office, right?
そうですわね。
Well, I guess that's all the clues then. So this is where you were. I've been looking for you. You have? I wanted to thank you for what you did. Not that you meant to, but you ended up making this little game of ours very interesting. Indeed. You should go to Hero's room. Oh, and let me give you this. Meet in the dining hall. This is the note Hero wrote to get us all to meet up, right? You remember well. Well, the penmanship was pretty remarkable, so it left an impression. Anyway, this makes it clear, right? This is a trap. What is? Things get even more exciting. What are you talking about? I've already repaid my debt. I don't owe you any more explanation. Goodbye. Yoshihiro's message. So he said to go to Hero's room, but what's waiting for me there? Hero's room would be here. The door is unlocked. I guess I can go inside. Byaku did say to go look. That might be a great idea, but I'm gonna take it. Might not be a great idea, but I'm gonna take the plunge. This is Hero's room. There's all kinds of weird stuff in here. Where do you even get it all from? More importantly, he still hasn't turned up, which means he hasn't really he can't really complain if I don't get his permission to search his room, right? I think there's something in the cardboard box. It's blueprints for something, and something's made out of, it looks like cardboard, plastic and plaster. Is this Robo Justice? And it's in Hero's room. But wait, this blueprint. Something about them bothers me. Robo Justice have the arms bend like this. I mean, the monitor is there, but I don't think that So normal bed, pretty much like the one in my room. I soundlessly checked the bathroom. There's nothing in here. It's pretty grungy though. How does the bathroom even get this dirty? So then that's it. Surveillance camera, there's no point in checking that right now. Makoto, big news, big news! What's wrong? We found Kyoko. What? Is she okay? Where is she? Wait, I wasn't done. There's more big news. Robo Justice showed up too. Robo Justice? It's Hero wearing the costume. Anyway, as soon as you can, head to the pool on the second floor. I think Hero and Kyoko would turn up at the same time. Anyway, I have to head back to the pool. I ran off the second floor as soon as I could. Kyoko and... Phew, man, I have had the worst day. Hero? I'm positive that this is the suspicious individual that attacked me. Apparently that ridiculous object was Hero. I'd ask Kyoko for details if I were you. Robo Justice finally made his appearance, huh? I guess Kyoko's the one that found him. Wait, but where's Sakura? Hero? Yeah, duh, who else would it be? That's a good question. Huh? What? Why do I look like this? What? Did someone come along and remodel me while I was sleeping? Was it the Illuminati? I found Hiro. He was jammed into the pool room locker. It looked like he was fast asleep, so I kicked him and woke him up. I still can't believe you kicked me. You could have been a little more gentle about it, like, I don't know, caress my face or something. That's creepy. Anyway, Kyoko, where have you been all this time? You just disappeared all of a sudden without a trace.
So,
There was something I had to check up on. What do you mean? Never mind. I can't never mind. Never mind. More importantly, she says that, but does she have any idea? Does she know people think she might be spying for the mastermind?
それで
First of all, Hiro, you need to explain to us why you're dressed like that. Well, I mean, I have no idea. 1 second I was asleep. I don't even know how that happened. Then I woke up, then I was here. I don't care. Do something about that costume. It pains me just to look at you. Well, I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't actually get it off. A little help? Why would you make something that you can't take off by yourself? I didn't make the stupid thing.
どうや
There's
ら
a clasp on the back that's keeping you from getting it off. It looks pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get it off on your own. We don't really have a choice. Let's help him. It took everyone's help, but slowly we were able to get Hiro out of the suit. Took a few minutes, but eventually we got all the pieces off. Phew, free at last. Isn't it kind of weird how perfectly the suit fits Hiro?
それ
More to
で
the
は
point, nobody but Hiro would be able to wear that costume. Wait, what? Hold on a sec.
まあ
Don't bother trying to act innocent. The blueprints were in your room as well.
よろ
In
し
other
いで
words,
すか
it's obvious to everyone that you made this costume. Cap! She told on herself. Byakuya told me to check Hiro's room. How did she know there were blueprints in there? That's true. I saw the blueprints myself. Yeah, me too. Then it's obvious the one who put this costume on and went around attacking everyone was Hiro. Shall we tie him up and gag him? Good idea. I wouldn't want him killing anyone else. Tie me up? Hold on, guys. I think that's going a little far.
そ
He
う
may be a suspect, but he deserves fair treatment. Yeah, I mean, attacking blueprints. I have no idea what you guys are talking about. You can't talk your way out of this. It's been decided you killed them. What? Killed who? I have no idea what you're talking about. There must be a fake Hiro running around. You're the only one who can wear this costume. So who else would possibly be the costumed attacker? How do you know I'm the only one? Maybe you should try it on for yourself before you convict me. Fine, you're gonna be a jerk about it, I will. Without missing a beat, Hina started putting on the Robo Justice costume.
あほら見なよぶっかぶかだしっていうかこれ視界が悪すぎるよ足元なんて全然見えないしよくこんなの着て歩き回ってたね
だから俺じゃねえって
しかもこれって腰が全く曲がらないよ明らかな設計ミスじゃん
設計ミスとはひでえぞ
あら
いや今のは勢い余っただけで俺が設計したわけじゃ
どっちにしてもさこれで分かったでしょやっぱりこの衣装を着られるのって葉隠れ以外にはいないんだって
In a huff, Hina took the suit back off. Well, now you're all out of excuses.
What?
No, see, it's 'cause you're a girl. If it was another guy, then... Makoto, go ahead. Okay. Against my will, I picked up the pieces of the floor, off the floor and tried to putting them on. It's no good. The arms are too long. There's no way I can wear this. See? I told you it was impossible. You're absolutely right. It seems that costume was made to fit Hiro's body exactly. Then there's another costume. I must have one. They must have one that looks the same. But but fits them.
ま
If you insist on this line of defense, then show us some evidence.
どういうことだ
Evidence?
べ
You claim that there's another suit, yes? Then you must find it and show it to us. What? Who cares? Hero's the only one without an alibi during the whole thing anyway. Which is how we know it was him. I mean, is that really true? I have no idea what's been happening. Could someone, like, tell me? Robo Justice costume. If you don't tell me what's going on, how am I supposed to understand? I think I figured out that someone's been killed, right? Hey, Makoto, who was it? Well, 2 people were killed, Taka. Taka and Hifumi. What? 2 people? Why are you freaking out? You did it. I did not! Wait, hold on. If those 2 are the ones that were killed, that's it. I know who did it.
じゃあ
You may as well tell us then. Taka and Hifumi were fighting over Alter Ego, right? Which means Alter Ego and or Chihiro must have done it. I see. That's unfortunate. Huh? Unfortunate? Stop trying to trick us. Just admit you did it. Okay? I'm telling you, you got it all wrong. Ah, I know. That note. Note? Last night, someone slipped a weird note under my door. And here's what it said. I found a hole maybe we can use it to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m. But the last thing I remember is going to the rec room, then for some reason I fell asleep. The real killer probably drugged me or something. Not a chance. No, hold on. He could be onto something. The nurse's office did have chemicals that could do that. What? Really? I told you someone's trying to set me up. A secret passage, a chance to escape. Someone wrote all that to trick me. Even if that's true, you must be one dumb fish to bite every piece of bait that floats in front of you. Well, after being trapped here for so long, even if you know it's a lie, you still gotta check, right? They preyed on my desire to get out of here. They deceived me. I still don't buy it. Well, you should buy it. Okay, then show us that note. With pleasure. I have it right here in my pocket. It looks like I lost it. Yeah, sure. Please, you gotta believe me. I wouldn't hurt a fly. As I said before, if you want us to believe you, you must produce evidence. Can you show us the note? I have no particular issue with that, with what you claim, but if you want us to believe you, give us a reason. What in the world? For serious? Yoshihiro's account. Now then, should we resume our investigation? There's no time to waste before the class trial begins. Why do we need to keep investigating? We already know who did it. Why? Why did you kill them? Tell us, Hiro. No, like I said, was it really to get the money Monokuma offered us? Yeah, that must be it. You must be totally broke and that's why... Wait, that's a false accusation. Someone help me. Just be thankful we haven't bound and gagged you. You have time to yell and carry on. You have time to search for your evidence, right? Ah, you're right. I need to look for the second suit and that note. Feet don't fail me now. I guess I'd better get back to guard duty. I was gonna ask Taka, Jill, Genocide Jack to switch with me. But if she and Sakura got into a fight, we have a catastrophe on our hands. Well, bye. One by one, everyone peeled away. Makoto, do you have a second? Huh? I want you to help me with the investigation. It looks like I got a late start on this one, so I need to make up some ground. Sure, I don't mind helping, but can you promise me something? Later when we have time, will you tell me why you disappeared? No. To reject me so simply. Anyway, I need your help. You don't mind, do you? Okay. Thanks. Now then, shall we go? So, Makoto, first I'd like to examine the corpses. I can't believe I'm hearing that from a girl the same age as me. Dead bodies don't lie, you know. They tell the truth far more easily than the living. Wouldn't you agree? How am I supposed to answer? Anyway, we have to hurry before the class trial begins again. Yeah, you're right. Okay then, show me where the bodies are. They're in the repository. Then I guess we should head to that way for now. Why wouldn't you just teleport there like you did before, bro? You're wasting time, dog. Hifumi and Taka. For a moment, Kyoko seemed to go rigid. But only for a moment. Well then, let's get started. She crouched down next to Taka without hesitation. She began poking and prodding the bodies. The Monokuma fowl was right. They were killed using similar weapons. Her movements were so smooth, she was so calm. Seeing how comfortable she was actually made me feel a little more comfortable. Makoto, I found something. You did? You remember the wristwatch Taka's always wore on his left hand? He did? Are you so oblivious to the people around you? Do you dislike other people that much? No, that's not it. Anyway, so you said he had a watch? Take a look. It's broken. You can see the hands aren't moving right? It's most likely broke when he had his encounter with his assailant. And if you notice, the hands are frozen at just past 6 o'clock. So that would mean the watch was broken sometime just after 6. But last night, Taka's watch definitely wasn't broken. Hey you, how long are you gonna keep us waiting? Taka's irritated voice pierced the air and stared. It's almost 10 o'clock, you know that? Bedtime for a little boy, for all little boys and girls. So if it worked at 10 last night, it couldn't have been broken at 6 p.m. Meaning it must have happened at 6 this morning. And that's not all. Look at Taka's left hand. He appears to be grappling something. You're right, there's something white in there. You try to pry it out? Me? Rigor mortis has already set in. Boys are better suited to this thing of manual labor. This kind of manual labor, right? Okay. As much as I didn't want to, I grasped Taka's cold hand. The ice cold hand was clearly enough to cause my heart to stop beating. After some effort, I was finally able to free the object from his tightly clenched fist. Piece of paper. Was that all the hand had? Yeah, that's it. Just a little scrap of paper. Doesn't seem like much of a clue, does it? I wonder about that. Kyoko then turned to Hifumi's body. Let's check Hifumi's body now. Perhaps he's left us a few clues of his own. So, did you find anything? I did. More than I expected, to be honest. Look at this. A wad of paper. Hifumi had it hidden on him. Hidden? He'd stuffed it in his pants, so I could only assume he'd hidden it on purpose. You see? In his pants? Wait, so it was just his pants, not like his socks or something. I don't know what that means. Anyway, let's take a look at the paper. Go ahead, Makoto. Open it up. Why is she finding all this evidence that nobody else discovered? It was stuffed down his pants. It's like, it better be important, Hifumi, or I'll never forgive you for this. A note? I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else. For now, let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m. That sounds familiar. Very familiar. That's it. That's the same thing Hiro said. Then he was telling the truth. Although, it's not exactly the same, is it? Weird note. Here's what it said. So, yeah, he said the rec room. The time is different. Hiro told us that his note said to meet at 1 a.m. But the note they wrote in Hifumi's asked him to meet at 6 a.m. Hold on. Just because Hifumi had the note doesn't mean it was meant for him. Huh? Part of it has been torn off, right? I think there's likely some meaning there. Could you maybe explain a little more? Think carefully. Why would he have been clutching this scrap of paper so tightly? I have no idea. What if it wasn't just a scrap of paper when he was holding it? What if it was something more important? How would something important like that become a mere scrap of paper? That's what you need to answer. And while we're at it, I should tell you one other thing. The two victims this time definitely had their ebooks on them. So the handbooks have nothing to do with how the murders were carried out. Not that there was any reason to think they were connected to the killing in the first place. So you're saying I don't have to think about the handbooks this time, right? You didn't have to think about them at all. I wouldn't have given you... All I said was they weren't used to help carry out the murder. There may come a point, however, where a handbook may play a role. Handbook may play a role? I don't understand. But if Kyoko thinks it's important, I better keep it in mind. It's unfortunate, but I suppose this is where our investigation comes to an end. You have to figure out the rest for yourself and come to the proper conclusion. Yeah, you're right. It's obvious that Kyoko is working with Monokuma. Well, we better get going. Okay. Alright, folks. I'm going to have to end it here because I am at time. And if you haven't noticed from the previous videos, these trials, even with cuts, can take up to 2 hours. So I'm going to have to end it here. But man, oh man. 2 murders this time. And obviously they tried to put the blame on Hiro, but I think that my 2 main suspects for this are Kyoko and Celeste. I think those are the 2 main suspects for me. But in the next video, we go to the trial and we actually figure out who done it. My biggest question, though, is why? What was the modus operandi? Alright, that's going to be it for me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you're enjoying the series. And until next time, you guys know what to do. Stay blessed.